Shelley that we get to do another chair yoga class together today. So why don't we head over to our chairs and get set up. All right, now as a reminder, or if you're brand new to the practice, all you really need for this class is a chair. And you want it to be a stable chair, obviously not like a rocking chair, but one that has kind of a sturdy base and you feel comfortable and it's not going to wiggle under you. If you have a yoga mat, go ahead and set it out and put your chair on top of it, and they'll give you a little extra support, but it's definitely not needed. And also, if you're in a wheelchair, just make sure to lock your wheels so that you're nice and grounded and safe. And you can even kick up the feet rests and put your feet flat on the ground if that's available to you, or keep your feet on the rests. Now, for the class, we don't need anything else other than the chair and ourselves and an attitude to give it a try. But I did bring some props, and we might use them throughout class, so I wanted to just tell you what they are in case you wanted to grab them or grab substitutes. I have my yoga blocks, and you can always use a sturdy, thick book if you don't have a yoga block sitting around. I have a strap, and a strap is really just like a canvas belt, so you could use a belt, a robe belt, a rolled-up towel. And I also have a blanket, any snuggly blanket that you might want just for support or comfort. And some pillows. I have some couch pillows. You could have a bed pillow, whatever you've got lying around. All right, and I think that's everything. I also have my water bottle, and I'd recommend having a water bottle just in case you need a sip of water and a little bit of a rest or a break. Now, if you got to practice with me last week, if you got to practice with me last month, we talked about self-love and especially acceptance. And if you didn't get to practice, you can actually go back on the library's YouTube page and find it, and I recommend it. It's a fun one. But if you've been working on that at all, you know that acceptance can be really hard work. We all come to chair yoga for some reason, and we probably have different things in our lives that we need to accept about ourselves, and those can change all the time. They can change, your body can change every day, your mind and your thoughts certainly change every day. Your lives are constantly changing. So acceptance is really hard work, and it's also really great work. It's something that I find that the more I practice it in my chair, on my mat, I'm able to take it off my mat. And remember, it's called practice, yoga practice, not perfect. So no one expects you to be perfect. No one expects you to get it right all the time. And that's even part of acceptance, is accepting when you don't get it quite right, right? But if you are able to practice it on your mat in a safe place, or in your chair in a safe place, you'll start to find that you have a lot more ease just accepting things throughout your daily life, and also accepting others and others' needs or challenges. And that can make it for a little bit more peaceful of an everyday life. That said, I think we'll still keep thinking about the acceptance in the back of our minds, but I thought today's class we could have a theme of be open. And that can mean a lot of different things. It can mean a lot of things just to you, or it could mean different things, different days. So for me, sometimes being open means being open to new ideas, or being open to new challenges, especially things we do on the mat, if it's something new on our chairs. It could mean being open in your body. Maybe you don't always open your chest when we do a chest opener, and you're going to try to expand your chest a little more. Or maybe you'll see if your back can give a little more deeper of a gentle bend, something like that. So having an openness in our bodies. And it can also be just open to new ideas, open to new people, open to new concepts. So whatever open might mean to you today, kind of work that around in your head and maybe just think about it a little as we go through our practice. All right, so I'm trying to make today a little bit of a playful practice. We're going to try some new things. Maybe some things you've done with other teachers or in the past, and some of it might be brand new. So we'll go nice and slowly, but we'll learn some different fun techniques to play with. So the first thing we're going to do today is our breathing and our centering. And let's take 2 belly breaths through our nose, and then I'm going to teach us what might be a new breath work for you, but it's a lot of fun. So hands on our belly, or one on our heart, one on our belly, and breathe in. And breathe out through the nose. Once more, breathe in. And out through the nose. All right. Sometimes for me, even those 2-3 breaths that start practice really help me kind of fall into place and get a little more focused. So today we're going to do what's called Nadi Shodana. which is just the Sanskrit name for alternate nostril breathing. And I actually looked it up because I've done this through yoga, but I just wanted to see if there was any interesting tidbits about it. And I use it for focusing. I use it for centering. It's a great calming breath. If you're feeling a little stressed, this can kind of help you just calm down. And what I learned is that it's also great for cardiovascular health. There's actually been studies where they've done it clinically and also with everyday people, also with elite athletes. And they found that these types of breathing techniques really do help. This one specifically helps lower the heart rate. It also helps to lower blood pressure. So this one really promotes cardiovascular health. And they also found that it really can help with focus. They looked at like elite swimmers and saw that it both helped their breathing while they were doing their working out, and it helped their breathing and focus while they were trying to get ready for a race or something. So I thought we'd give it a try together. What we do traditionally is you take the thumb and the ring finger of your right hand. Now, if this isn't available to you for any reason, you could just pick 2 fingers on your right hand. You could do your thumb and index finger. Or if that doesn't work in your hands today, you could always just do 2 pointer fingers, 2 index fingers. And we just need to be able to close up one nostril at a time. So whatever most available in your body today, go with that. So I'm going to take my thumb and my ring finger, and I'm going to breathe in. A nice deep belly breath. Then I'm going to cover my right nostril with my thumb, pause and hold the breath, retain it for a little bit, and then breathe out through my left nostril. Good work. Now breathe in through your left nostril. Pause, hold the breath, and switch and cover your left nostril. And let it out through your right nostril. Good job. So we're just switching back and forth. So now we're going to breathe in through the right nostril. Pause, hold the breath just a second. Let it out through the left nostril. Breathe in through the left nostril. Switch with those fingers and then let it out through the right nostril. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in through the right nostril. Switch fingers, retain, let it out through the left nostril. And for this last one, if you want, go ahead and close your eyes. Breathe in through the left nostril. Retain, switch fingers, and let it out through the right nostril. Great work. Open your eyes if they were shut, and maybe if you did shut them, you saw how much that really just helps you kind of focus, calm down. You might have felt your heart rate slowing down a little. And it's just a really great breath. Like I said, anytime I feel stressed, sometimes I'll do it in the shower in the morning if I kind of have a monkey mind and have a lot of scattered thoughts, just to help myself calm down. And you can do this for minutes, or you can just do like we did. I just want us to practice and get a feel for it. You can do it for a round of 5 to 10 breaths, whatever works best for you. But play with it, give it a try. You can always come back and try this again, but it's a really great breath, I find. All right. So now that we've warmed up our breath, let's warm up our bodies. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls. So we're going to breathe in, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then breathe out, bring them forward. Okay, breathe in, rolling shoulders up and back and towards our ears, and then breathe out, bring them forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in, roll those shoulders up and back, and then bring them forward. And then once more, roll them up your back and bring them forward on the exhale. Okay, let's reverse the direction. So breathe in, raise them up towards the ears, and then down your back on the exhale. Breathe in, towards the ears, and down your back on the exhale. You can probably feel your shoulder blades really sinking down your back. That way you know you're kind of opening up the chest as you do this. Breathe in, and shoulder blades down the back, and once more. Breathe in, shoulder blades down the back on the exhale. Now this is a great one if you work at a desk, and especially if you're typing and you get really tense in your shoulders or your neck, any work you do, but especially computer work can do this. This is a great one you can do at your desk. You don't have to do super loud breathing, but just roll the shoulders with the breath, and it can both give you a little bit of a moment to relax and get the muscles moving and the tension released too. All right. So now we're going to do some basic head nods and head shakes. It's Very simple, but we're gonna go nice and slowly to really feel the muscles working in our neck. So we're gonna breathe in and look up and raise your head towards the sky, any amount that's comfortable. And then on the exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. And you'll feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Breathe in. Look up, head up towards the sky. Breathe out, chin down towards the chest. Breathe in, head up towards the sky. And breathe out, chin to chest. And then we're going to shake our head no in the same manner. So breathe in, and then on the exhale, turn your head to look over one shoulder. Breathe in to come back to center. And then on the exhale, turn your head to look over the other shoulder. Let's do that one more time to each side. Breathe in, come to center. Exhale and look over one shoulder. Breathe in, and on the exhale, look over the other shoulder. All right, then breathe in and come back to center. And now we're going to try something. We talked about being a little playful. This one is a little different, but I find that it's really fun. So come more towards the edge, if you're able, of your seat. And we're going to breathe in. We're going to bring our legs wide, almost like we're sitting crisscross, but just have your knees in a similar spot. Breathe in, and bring your right hand over to your left knee. Left hand's also on your left knee. And then as we breathe in, we're going to raise our arm up in a diagonal arc. And then as we breathe out, twist any amount behind you and let that arm fall all the way towards the ground. Then breathe in and just bring it back in that arc pattern. Breathe out and bring that hand back to the knee. All right, we're going to do this a couple times on each side. You'll get the feel for it. And as we do it, we'll breathe in, raise that arm up. You can feel free. If it's comfortable in your neck, you can integrate the neck. Breathe out and bring it down. And watch your thumb with your eyes. And that'll help your neck track and also get a little movement. Breathe in, raise it up. Breathe down, back to the knee. And if that's too much for your neck, you can just look forward and look to the side as you move. Breathe in, raise that hand forward. Breathe out, arc it down. Breathe in, raise it back up. And breathe out, back to the knee. Nice work. So now we'll put both hands, each hand on each knee, and just feel the difference. Do you feel the difference in your shoulders? This one feels a lot more stretched out to me. So we're going to try on the other side. And that's just another little bit of awareness, is kind of noticing, how does my body feel on one side after I do an exercise versus the other? Okay, take our left hand, put it on our right knee, and then we're going to breathe in, raise it up, 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 and breathe out, raise it behind you on a diagonal. Nice. Breathe in, raise it up, and on the exhale, bring it back down to the knee. Breathe in, raise it up, breathe out, twist gently behind you. Breathe in, and breathe out, bring it back down. And one last time. Breathe in, raise that arm up, up, up in an arc. Breathe out, let it fall down. Then breathe in, raise that arm back up, and breathe out. Rest that hand on the knee. All right, then we'll come back to center. You can even do a few shoulder rolls if you want to work that out. And that stretches our whole side body. It stretches our arm. That one gives us a lot of really good mobility in the shoulder. And now that we've done that, we're going to do our seated cat-cows. So if you remember, when we breathe in, we kind of look up towards the ceiling. You let your belly sag down a bit, nice belly breath. And then as you breathe out, round that back, just like a Halloween cat. Breathe in. Look up towards the sky. You can even lift your chin a little towards the sky. You just don't want to, still keep your neck long. You don't want to crank it and hurt it. And then round the back on the exhale. One last time. Let's breathe in. Cow pose. And breathe out, round that spine. Nice work, and then we'll come back to neutral. Okay, so now we are going to take our wrists and we're going to bring them out in front of us, our hands, and we're just going to do circles in one direction and then circles in the other direction. You might already feel this in your forearms and your wrists. It's really good to have joint mobility and wrist health. That's very important in yoga and just in the tasks we do in daily life. All right, and then we'll bring our arms in towards our sides. Bring your elbows down at your sides, and we're going to look, I don't know, kind of like we're carrying, putting a tray of cookies into the stove or something in that manner, all right? So we're going to bring our hands here, and we're going to breathe in and extend them out in front of us and kind of keep them parallel with your shoulders if you're able. And then on the exhale, bring them down and back. Elbows come in towards the sides. And any amount that you have flexibility, we're going to swivel our arms to the sides. And then bring them back. Inhale. Arms out forward like you're putting that pan in the oven. Then exhale. Elbows into sides and arms out perpendicular to your body. All right. Breathe in. And breathe out. Arms out to the sides. Breathe in. Arms forward. And breathe out. Arms out to the sides. And again, you'll feel your chest opening here. You'll feel your shoulders kind of coming down your back, your shoulder blades again. This is a great chest opener, works on shoulder mobility. Breathe in, hands forward, and one last time. Breathe out, and pull them from perpendicular all the way to the sides of your body. Great job. All right. So now we're going to warm up our legs a little. So we're going to lift up one leg and put it down. Lift up the other leg and put it down. Lift up one leg, do a couple ankle circles. One direction, and then the other direction. Put it back down. Lift up your other leg, ankle circles. One direction, and then the other direction. Put it back down. And then if it's available to you, we're going to lift both legs at once. If it's not available, just do one and then the other like we've been doing. And this is going to, if you engage your core muscles, it'll make it a little easier. You can also grip the sides of your chair if that helps for support. So breathe in. Both legs raised, and then lower while rotating those ankles one direction and then the other. Let's try that one more time. Breathe in, raise those legs, and then rotate the ankles one direction and then the other as you lower them. Nice work. Now, if you did get to see last month, we did sun salutations, and we did a lot of them in that class. We're going to reintroduce them today, but we're going to do one on each side just to remember how they feel and to get our bodies moving a little. So again, we're sitting more towards the edge of our seat, the middle towards the edge of your chair. Make sure the feet are flat on the ground. We're going to breathe in, raise our arms up overhead in a big V. Give yourself a lot of space here. You'll feel it in your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are down and back. And even if you want to do a small back bend, if it's comfortable, go ahead in this position, but it's not necessary. So breathe in. And breathe out. Bring our arms to the side in cactus arms. Breathe in. Arms back up. Breathe out. And we're going to fold, hinging at our hips. And remember, you might be here today. You might be further down. Or you might come all the way with the head below the knees. Or kind of next to the knees. And then as we breathe in, hook your hands behind your right thigh. And lift it up. And then on the exhale, gently bring your head, your nose towards your knee. And then breathe in and release. Nice work. Let's try that on the left side now. So we're going to breathe in. Arms up to the sky. Breathe out. Cactus arms. Really spread your arms and your shoulders wide on this one. Breathe in. Arms back up to the sky. Breathe out. Hinge at your hips. And again, any amount forward, fold. And then we're going to breathe in. Hinge our hands or hook our hands behind our left thigh. Bring it up. On the exhale, bring your nose to your knee. You'll round your back just a little bit. And then breathe in and drop your leg down, coming back to center. Nice work. So we've warmed up our body all the way. We're going to play a little with the warrior series. Now, if you've ever seen, actually a lot of iconic poses, yoga photographs show people in their warrior pose. And it might seem like we can't do those in the chair, but we absolutely can. They're actually a great way to offer support while you're doing them. Especially if you have balance challenges, pregnancy, any injuries, this is a great way to get the benefits of the warrior pose while still being supported and not having to worry so much about the balance as well as the other parts of the posture. So we're going to start by bringing our left leg and sitting on our chair. This time we are perpendicular to how we would normally sit. So bend your left leg at a 90-degree angle. Now if you're on kind of a tall chair and your foot can't come flat, you really want that stability. So take your book or block and put it down under your foot to raise the ground up to you. Otherwise, if you're able to stay nice and flat, you're all set. And then we're going to take our right leg and we're going to bring it behind us. And this is why you really want to be towards the edge of your chair because you need to have that mobility in this leg. Now, traditionally, we're going to start in high lunge, and if you can get your legs straight or mostly straight behind you, that's the posture we're looking for. But if you're unable to do that, feel free to keep the knee bent. Even if you need to put a blanket or pillow under it for support, you could do that, or a block with a blanket over it to keep the knee bent, and you'll still get a good hip rotation and the benefits of the upper part of the posture. So I'm going to keep mine long, but remember, you can bend that knee as needed. All right, so we have our toes on the ground. We're in a lunge position supported by our chair. We're going to breathe in and raise our arms up, up, up. You kind of want your biceps to be by your ears if that's available to you. And we'll breathe in and out a couple times right in this pose so that we just can feel it in our bodies. All right, then we're going to turn our back toes. I have props in the way, so I want to make sure to move those so you can see me. My back toes are here. I'm going to turn my back toes out. And they're going to be pointing towards the right edge of my mat, almost kind of up towards the corner. So my left toes are pointed out. Feet are still in the lunge, legs are still in the lunge, and we're going to bring our arms open to warrior two. And you want to try, if you're doing this, you want to feel more of a sensation in your body than a pose, but we're trying to keep our arms in one straight line. And then we're going to look out over our left middle finger. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice work. Now we're going to do reverse or peaceful warrior. So keep your legs in the same position. We're going to drop our right hand down onto our right thigh, flip our left hand, breathe in, and on the exhale, arc our bodies, a gentle back bend, and bring that arm kind of so your hand is over your head. That's the approximate position. And again, it's more feeling it than looking just like the pose. Everybody's body looks different. Take a breath here, and then on your next exhale, bring your left arm, your forearm, down to your left knee, and take your right hand. We're going to breathe it up. And you may only be able to come here today. That's wonderful. You may want to just keep it here and do an extended position with your back long here, and that's great too. Or you might be able to breathe it up either overhead or all the way over your body. You can see how from my toe up to my hand, I'm making a straight diagonal line. And this is extended side angle. Now again, we don't want anything to hurt, so if anything hurts, just go ahead and take a break or modify so you're not doing as intense version of the pose. And then we'll come on out of it. Great job. We're going to try that on the other side. So I am going to switch my chair so you guys can see. I'll try and give you a different example of it. So this time I'm putting my right leg forward. I want it on my mat, so I'm safe. So here's my right leg. My right leg's coming forward this time, and my left leg's going out back. And I'm giving you a little different angle because this might help you see what it looks like from a different perspective. I know that always helps me for teachers. And again, 90-degree angle with your right leg, and your left leg should have the toes pointed. And we're in our high lunge. We're going to breathe in, raise our arms up and overhead. Maybe you're holding the sun between your hands, maybe kind of a nice, give yourself space. When you breathe in, Make sure on the exhale that you let your shoulders relax and work their way down your back. A lot of times when we reach our arms up, our shoulders come up without even thinking about it, so we want to give them space. We don't want our shoulders right by our ears. All right, then we're going to turn that back foot out, the back toe out, and we're going to bring our arms out. Nice work, and look out over your right middle finger. Good work. And then we're going to do the same on this side. We're going to drop our left hand to our left thigh, flip over our right hand, breathe in, reach forward a little, and then come back any amount. Make sure to keep a nice open area between your shoulder and your ears again for your reverse warrior. And then on your next exhale, whenever that is, go ahead and take your right forearm down to your right thigh, and then breathe in. And again, we can have our arm out here. We can even have our arm on our hip, really, if that's comfortable, because you're still getting a great benefit of the pose in this manner. Or you can breathe the arm up, 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 and either stay right here overhead, or bring it all the way to make that nice angled line. Just take a nice breath there. All right, and then we'll come back to center. And that was maybe your first warrior chair series. I know when I learned that at first, I didn't know how warrior was going to go in the chair, and I actually really love it. Even on a day that I just might feel tired but really want to get some yoga in, that's a great way to do it. Stay supported and feel like you've really stretched a big majority of your body. All right, so now we're going to do our leg stretches. And I'm going to use my strap. You can use your strap. You don't have to. Oh, I'll scooch back so you can still see my feet. There we go. So if you're using a strap, I'll show you what to do. If you're not using a strap, do the same motions, just without a strap. So we're going to take our foot and we're going to loop the strap around, kind of around the ball of your foot, or you can even go around your arch. You just don't want to go like down by your heel. So breathe here, and we're going to breathe in. And I'm holding right foot, and I'm using my right hand to hold both parts of the strap. Breathe in, and then exhale. Then breathe in, and exhale, and bring your leg as much as you're able to the right. Now, if you feel, I just realized I'm sitting pretty far back on my chair. If you sit a little more forward, you might get a little more motion and rotation in your hip. All right. On your next exhale, bring it back to center, and then you can either stay here for a breath, or you can switch to your left hand and guide your leg over any amount. Now, it doesn't look like much, even as I see on the video. It doesn't look like much, but I'm definitely feeling that twist in my hip when I do this. All right, so let's try that on our left leg. This is a great way. You can use this for warm-ups or cool-downs, but since we did so much leg work today, I thought this would be a great way to slowly stretch the legs out at the end. So breathe in, raise that foot. On the exhale, bring your leg out any amount. Now here, I feel much tighter in my inner thigh muscles on my left leg. So my left and right leg are very different today, and that's very common. So I'm not going quite as far, and I'd rather go where I'm comfortable and get a good stretch I can ease into than really pull into a stretch and cause pain or something that tomorrow maybe I'll be feeling it and things won't feel right. It's better to go where you're comfortable. Okay, then on the exhale, bring the foot back into center and either stay here for a breath or twist any amount. And now on my left leg, again, I'm able to twist quite a bit more than I could in my right leg. So maybe my muscles in my hip are more open on the outside than they were on the inner thigh. All right, and then bring it back down. We're going to do an arm stretch for cooling down as well. So we're going to bring our arms, breathe in, push your arms out, and then on the exhale, bring them in towards your face. So you're almost playing peekaboo, but they're more at your cheeks. And then breathe in, wipe them away from your cheeks, and then exhale and bring those elbows down. So this is very similar to this stretch, but here, that stretch, what we did earlier, rotated more shoulder. And this kind of brings them down in a slower fashion and uses a little bit different muscles and rotation. So let's try that again. Breathe in. Push those hands out. Really stretch. Spread the fingers. It's really great for circulation and for sensory awareness. Breathe in. Go ahead. Play kind of peekaboo. Breathe in and wipe away. And then on the exhale, bring the shoulders down and back. Elbows in towards the side. Let's do that once more. Breathe in. Push those hands away. Push, push, push. Breathe out. Bring them in towards your cheeks. Breathe in. Wipe them away. And then breathe out. Bring those elbows in, shoulders down, back. Nice work. And we're going to finish up with a pigeon pose. That's another great one to stretch the legs a little again after we did all that leg work. So as you're able, bring your right leg, and you can grab it or you can just bring it up, but make sure to gently guide it and put your right ankle over your left thigh, kind of up towards the knee. And then you might just be sitting here, sit tall, head over heart, heart over pelvis, and this alone might be a really intense stretch that you are feeling through your hip. And if you are, stay here and breathe for a couple breaths. I have very open hips usually, so I'm going to fold a little, and if you want to follow along with me, that's great. So breathe in, either stay here or fold a little bit over your leg, your right shin. And then just take a breath here. And again, you want to keep your back long and strong, your neck long. You don't want to crunch anywhere, so you're bending at your hips. All right, come back. And we'll do that, repeat it on the other side. So lift or bring your left leg up. Put your left ankle over your right thigh, right kind of towards the knee, but not on the knee. And we'll breathe in. Sit long and tall. Again, head over heart, heart over pelvis. And this might be where you're at today, and that is a wonderful stretch. Or you might want to go a little deeper, and if so, breathe in. Hinge at the hips a little bit or a lot, whatever feels good today. And comfortably and slowly come over that left shin. And take a breath here. Nice and slow. Great work. All right, so we made it to the end of practice. I feel like that time went really fast for me. I hope it did for you, and I hope you had fun as well. And we're going to do just a little bit of a relaxation. So again, when we do our Shavasana pose, you can go find a comfy better couch to lay on and do it. Bring the tablet or the computer with you. You can lay here right on your mat with your legs up on the chair, or you can do it sitting and over a pillow. So I'll show you the sitting over a pillow and the laying version. You've got the one where you lay on your bed. That one's nice and comfortable and natural. So if you want to do it sitting, grab a pillow. Now for me, I'll show you. For me, if I bend here, this is not super comfortable. I feel like I'm really still doing a lot of support, and you want Shavasana to feel really like you can just relax into it. So I would take 2 pillows. And here, I'm much more able to bend over, cross my arms, and just sink into the pose. You could have 3 or 4 pillows. You could use your blanket over the pillows as well if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can lay down on the ground. And that looks like this. Oh, I also brought this for the very end. If you have an eye pillow, some people have these lying around, or even a little pillow. If you get to have time to take a really nice Shavasana, go ahead and put that on, and kind of that weight on your eyes and just sort of getting into your own relaxation mode and blocking out the world for a little bit can feel really great. So when we get down on our chairs, we're going to roll onto our backs. We're going to pull our feet up here, our legs on the seat. You can put the blanket on here if you need a little extra height or padding. Otherwise, you can roll on down back. And I'm going to put my blanket under my head today as a pillow. You can use a pillow. You can use nothing. It's really about whatever feels most comfortable in your body. And as we lay here, we'll come back to our breath. So let's take a deep breath in. And let it out on a sigh this time. Let's do 2 more like that. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. And out on a sigh. And once more. Take a deep breath in. And let it all out on a sigh. All right, now you can bring your hands to your sides if that's comfortable, or you can leave them on your belly if that's comfortable. Just make sure your elbows are nice and firmly grounded on the ground. You don't want to have to be supporting any parts of your muscles here. That's why we're using all these props to really relax. And as we lay here, we just want to imagine every part of ourselves relaxing into the mat. Let's start at the crown of the head today. Make sure that all the muscles of the face are gently, gently melting and relaxing, not holding any tension. You can even reach your hands up and rub your jaw if it feels like it needs it, or wiggle it back and forth a little. Make sure if your tongue is up at the roof of your mouth, at the top of your teeth, to let it intentionally relax down to the bottom of your mouth. That's an area we hold tension and don't even think about. Make sure your neck is nice and long, but also relaxed, not supporting the weight of your head, just melting into the ground along with everything else. Then feel your shoulders relax and melt. Travel down your arms. Feel your upper arms relax. Make sure your elbows are soft. Your forearms relax. And let those wrists and hands relax. They do so much work for us. Make sure your upper back is relaxing and melting down into the mat. And that travels all the way down to your lower back. Feel your chest relaxing and your belly relaxing. Those muscles really support us a lot throughout the day. Let them get nice and soft. Feel your hips relax, holding no tension. Feel your upper thighs, the fronts and the back, relaxing. Make sure your knees are soft and feel your shins and calves relaxing into the chair or the mat or the floor beneath you. Make sure you have soft ankles and then feel your toes and your feet relax all the way into the ground. And we'll just sit here in silence for a few moments, listening to the sound of your breath. You can either stay here for a little longer, or if you want to get up with me as you're able, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and bring a little movement back into them. Breathe in, and on the next exhale, go ahead and roll over to one side. Take a breath here, a nice deep one. In and out. And then as you're ready, push up gently to sitting. All right, and we are all set. I want to thank you so much for coming to practice today. I want to say thanks for being open and trying something new. And I hope you really enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.